Good morning, children. It is the second video of the poem Keeping Quiet for class 12 students, as it is the third poem, and it is the poem that tells us something about keeping silence. What is the reason behind it? What does the narrator want to tell us? What does Pablo Neruda wants to tell? That we shall know and examine it. Pablo Neruda was a famous poet, diplomat and politician. He is widely regarded as one of the most famous poets of 20th century as well as the famous poet of Spanish language. He was born on 12 July 1904. His real name was Ricardo Isaac Neftali Basalto. Neruda got popularity during his lifetime. He wrote in a variety of styles, including surrealist poems, historical epics, etc. He wrote passionate love poems, which includes 20 love poems, Song of Despair in 1924. He occupied many diplomatic positions and served the team as a senator for the Chilean Communist Party. Neruda was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1971. The poet wants to tell us, stop. Let us stop for a second and not move our arms so much. What does it mean? The poet says that we should stop for 1 second and not move our arms, hands, do any work. He asks us to keep ourselves away from negative aspects. We should not have guns in our hands. Arms also refers to weapons and ammunition that create violence and disrupts peace and harmony of the common people's life. Unless right thoughts precede actions, differences and unrest will continue to prevail and threaten to hear the fabric of society. Man is a victim of his own doing. Much of the unrest on the face of the earth is a result of his progressive and forward nature. We have really avoided the nature. It is a gesture of dictatorship and can be interpreted as his action to dominate others. What is the poetic device used upon arms? What is fun? A poetic device in which we express some word in two ways, with two meanings. As arms. Arms is fun because arms means hands, arms, but here arms means what? The weapons. Arms, hands engaged in several activities. Arms, weapons used for destruction. Let us continue repetition to create a bond with the reader and the stress on his mind. So here we have to understand what we can do. It should be an exotic moment, without rush, without engines. When everything will come to a standstill, it will be a rare situation. That is the exotic moment, foreign moment, divine moment, as there will be no fear of the arms and weapons that someone will attack on us and we will be devastated. We are all busy accomplishing our work and go on rushing in our lives. We should also stop intense industrial activities causing harm to the nature and stop our personal activities and unite, now untie in the one tune of silence. The mechanized modern lifestyle saps off our mental and physical energy and strips us of our tender human emotions and feelings. So, exotic moment is a unique and a rare moment of beauty, world peace, universal brotherhood, comparison, compassion, and understanding. So we should think of that exotic moment when we can have such peaceful mind. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. In a sudden strangeness, that is alliteration. In the moments of silence, human being can experience the strength of togetherness. While we are living in such a big modern world where population is so much, though we feel that we are alone in the world, that's why poet says that we should be living together. This new and inexplicable feeling will be a blessing for humanity. That's why we should live together, joining force, having a force. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales. No person would harm any other living being, either for food or for earning his livelihood, as the fishermen do, the whalers do. They go in the cold sea and hunt the fish and the whales and sell their products. Fisherman represents tyrants and killers. They are cruel-minded people. The poet wants them to stop their work and realize their mistakes. What mistakes these men are doing, that should be realized. The powerful metaphor of fisherman is comment on man's irrational exploitation of nature for his selfish interests. Man has become so selfish that he doesn't care of all those things that are rarely available, but he always tries to exploit them and use them in their own way. That is the biggest problem in this modern life. His actions have harmed wildlife. The wildlife have been killed, desaltered, and pushed endangered species to the verge of extinction. Now we are afraid that how long we have seen some animals will not be seen in coming future. That is a big tragedy. So the poet wants that we should do something. You can see how the whales are hunted, how these men come on the seashore and kill these aquatic lives for selfish motives, and how these whales are trapped towards themselves. And the man gathered salt would look at his hard hands. All the people who work in industry will get some time to look at their injuries and the damage they have caused to their body. The salt gatherers is a metaphor that represents the poor worker class who often go to any extent to earn their livelihood and often hurt themselves irreparably. Here the poet criticizes man's obsession with material advancement, which has brought misery and suffering, as man does not pay heed to the spiritual quiet created due to his greed for more. Here you can see the salt gatherers, they have really armed themselves and they want to provide the world the salt. This is the picture of the modern world where chimneys are just rising. There is a danger of environmental pollution as well as the global pollution which can melt the ice caps and certainly our all the natural environment will be in danger. Thank you, children. Thank you. Thank you, children. I will let you know something more in the next video. Thank you.